In this lecture, I am going to create update comment API endpoint in Node.js. So let's open our block comment.out.js file and then let's add a new route for our update comment API endpoint. Route method will be put and URL will be our base URL slash block slash comments slash comment ID as a route parameter slash update. And this API endpoint should be protected. That's why I'm adding auth modular to protect this endpoint so that a user need to provide API token through authorization header to update this comment, and it will execute block comment controller's update method. Now let's open our block comment.controller.js file and then let's export a method called update, and then let's get request and response as a parameter to this method. And inside this update method, I'll get the comment ID which is present inside our request URL as a route parameter, and I'll store this comment ID to a variable called comment underscore ID, and we can get that comment ID with the help of request param subject, and the parameter name is comment underscore ID. Then I will check is this comment ID a valid mongoose ID or not. So we can check that with the help of mongoose types object ID is valid method. So I will provide this comment underscore ID inside this mongoose types object ID is valid method, and if this comment ID is not a valid mongoose ID, then I'll return a JSON response with message invalid comment ID, and then I will check is this comment ID present inside our block comments collection or not. So I'll find the comment from our block comments collection with this comment ID with the help of block comments models find one method. So let's call block comments models find one method, and inside this find one method I'll provide a condition inside an object, and the condition will be underscore ID is equal to this comment ID, and this will return as a promise. So we can use async await or we can use callback method to get the data. So we'll get comment data to this callback method, and if any error occurs, then we can catch the error inside this catch block, and if any error occurs, then I'll return a JSON response with the error data from this catch block. And inside this callback method, I'll check if no comment found, then I'll return a JSON response with message no comment found. So let's return a JSON response with message no comment found, and if any comment found with this comment ID is at our block comments collection, then I will check is this comment is owned by currently authenticated user or not. So first of all, I'll store currently authenticated user data to a variable called current underscore user, and we can get currently authenticated user data from request user key, because our update comment API endpoint is protected, so that an user need to provide API token through authorization header to update this comment, right? Then only we can get currently authenticated user data from this request user key. Now I'll check if this comment is owned by currently authenticated user or not. So I'll add a condition comment dot user ID not is equal to current user underscore ID. That means this comment is not owned by currently authenticated user. Then I'll return a JSON response with message access denied. So the message will be access denied. You can modify the message as per your choice. Right now I am providing access denied message, and if this comment is owned by currently authenticated user, then I will allow the user to update the comment. So inside this else block, I'll add validations for our comment field. I already added this inside our create method. So I'll copy the code from our create method. So I'll take this code and I'll paste inside our update method. And We're adding validations with the help of node input validator package. We already imported this validator inside our block comment controller from node input validator library, and if validation fails, then we'll return a JSON response with validation error messages, and the status code will be 422. And if validation passes, then I'll allow the user to update the comment. So we can update the comment with the help of block comment modules update one method. So let's call update one method here, and inside this update one method, in the first parameter I need to provide the condition inside an object, and the condition will be underscore id is equal to comment underscore id, and in the second parameter we need to provide the data we want to update for the comment, and I'm going to update the comment. I will not update user id or blog id for the comment, so I will update only the comment field. So I'll provide this comment here, and we'll get the latest comment from request body object. So we'll provide request body dot comment here, and this will return as a promise. So I'll use await here, and because we are using await inside this callback method, so we need to add async before this callback method. We also need to add async before this update method also, so that we can use await inside this update method and inside this callback method. And after updating the comment data, I'll return a JSON response with message comment successfully updated, and I'll return the updated comment data. So I'll take the code from our create method where we return the newly created comment data. So I'll make the structure of the comment same whatever the structure we are returning from this create method. So I'll take this code and I'll paste inside our update method. So after updating comment data, what I'll do, I'll create a new variable called query where I'll store the condition for our aggregate method, and I'm going to load user data for the comment, and we want the user data inside an object. That's why we're providing unwind $user here, and we are going to fetch the comment with our comment ID. So I'll provide comment ID here inside this mongoose types object ID method. So I need to provide comment ID which is stored to this comment underscore ID variable. Okay, and then I'm calling block comment modules aggregate method to get the data, and this will return as an array. So I'll return the first record, and the message will be comment successfully updated. Okay, and I'll put all of this code inside a try catch block. So let's open a try catch block to handle the error messages. And if any error occurs, then from this catch block I'll return a JSON response with message whatever the message we'll get from this error data, and I'll put all of this code inside our try block. So let's cut this code from here and paste that inside our try block. Now let's execute our update comment API endpoint from Postman. From Postman, let's open a new tab, and then let's provide the request URL, which will be our base URL slash blog slash comments slash comment ID as a route parameter. We can get an ID from our get comments API endpoint. So I'll take this ID and I'll provide as a route parameter here, and then sorry, I have to take the correct one. Let's provide the comment ID here, and then I have to provide /update here, and route endpoint will be put method. Execute this endpoint. You see we are getting JSON response with message, please log in to continue, because you need to provide API token through authorization header to update the comment. So I'll generate a new token for this user, and I'll provide this token through authorization header during update comment API endpoint. Provide the token here, execute this endpoint. You see comment field is mandatory, so let's provide comment here, and the message will be updated comment. Execute this endpoint. You see now we are getting a message, comment successfully updated, and we are getting the updated comment data here. You see now if I execute our get comment API endpoint again, you see the comment is updated. So our update comment API is successfully created. In the next lecture I am going to create delete comment API endpoint, so stay connected.